Okay, welcome back, guys, to another game, and we are playing Anno 1800 again, and this is sort of the follow-on from the Chapter 1 experience that we were doing, because we are doing the, is it walkthrough, or, I don't even know what it's called, really, or what you'd call it, but it's pretty much a walkthrough of the game itself, starting on the campaign, and again, this is just because the new Anno, I think it's 117 Pax Romana, I think that's coming out soon, which is why we're sort of reigniting this on the campaign mode, and we're trying to see roughly sort of what we can do as we go through it and sort of learn together. Just a bit of backstory: I used to play Anno 1800 on the console, but only ever played the sandbox and never actually done the campaign, which is probably why I tended to struggle a little bit late game rather than early game. But we'll sort of figure things out together. I never really got to the Steam sort of engine work. It was always just the standard ships, the war galleys, or whatever you call them, galleons. I don't even know what they're called, to be honest. Dreadnoughts. No idea. No idea what they call them, but in the game anyway. But yeah, let's just hop back on and continue the campaign. So I think last time we sort of started out, we got about 45 minutes in or so. It's getting a little bit annoying because although we've got it on fast, even if we had it on just normal regular speed, um, we keep getting loads of quests coming through and everybody keeps talking on the screen, which is actually very frustrating because you can't really enjoy the game how you want to enjoy it. And then we also, so if I can remember what we've done, is we went through the housing sort of estate here to get some farmers, get some workforce in, build it up. We stole the editor from our previous island from over here, which is apparently our island, but our brother, no, not my brother. My father died, but then my brother took it over, so uncle. So yeah, so our uncle basically stole our island off us, but at the minute we are just trying to see what we can do here. We're in a positive balance at the moment, which means that our balance checks out, everything's good. And I think what we were going to do is we were going to design another one of these just to keep the clay coming in, but at the moment I don't think we need extra clay, so I'm just not going to bother putting another one in because that'll just increase our maintenance costs for no reason, basically. Edvard wants to steal 4 sails from us, so we've got to put 4 sails on there, but we're not even producing sails yet, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So I suppose that should be the next thing really on our list. So if we go to the construction menu and have a look. So he wants sails. What does it cost to get sails? So we need a sheep farm and we need some sail makers. So let's see how we're doing in terms of sheep. Okay, it's wool. So at the moment, the workloads are taking our wool consumption, which I don't want that to happen really. So it's going to have to be a 1-to-1 ratio here. So we've got, yeah, 30 seconds on the wool, 30 seconds on the sails. So we're just going to have to build 2 complete new farms really to get that sorted. So let's put some sheep down here. Let's go into the nitty-gritty bits. Let's pop one there. Oh, I forgot that it doesn't do that like it does on console. How do I delete this? Demolish? Ah, okay. Ooh, can I do that on here? No? No? Oh, I'm going to click on that. Okay, okay. I thought we were putting down these pieces because that's what it does on console. It does it all automatically for you. Right, okay. So that's the sheep gone down. Let's exit out of that and then put a sail farm, which we need. Construction area is blocked. Why is the area? Oh, okay. We'll get rid of that first. That'll probably give us some timber, but no, we don't need timber. Actually, I need to stop the work that we're doing over here. So I'm going to stop the wood being produced and the timber, which will save us some pennies in the long run. So that should go up in a minute for us. But to be fair, that's probably just gone back up to normal because we've just put that down. Let's get rid of that timber and then put some sails down to start making these sails. So I'll put that opposite just because it looks a bit better that way. And then get rid of that, so bring that down. Cool. So let's produce some sails. Let's get that debt repaid back to him there. But we're apparently waiting for our debt about the funeral for our father. So if you haven't been following the storyline, basically our father died. Uncle wanted to take everything over, sort of pretty much kicked us off his island, which was over here, which is this fancy one. So we got kicked off the island, although we own most of the estate. Our father is there, so it's cost us a fair bit for this funeral, Don't even know how much it was. But basically, we've got to pay him back somehow because the Queen is involved. And I think his name's Sir Archibald Lake. Okay, so he's asked if the sales are ready to hand over. Yes, that means we've produced enough for that, so we'll send it over. Oh, what does he want now? Oh my God. We're literally doing all of his work for him, so it's the... Okay, so we stole a couple of his workers with this boat, and this is now our flagship boat, which we fully control. So let's go and get his stuff then from here. Can I do shift and pick up two? I don't know. Oh wow, that was really quick. Okay. Use a ship to rescue sealed document from the prison transport wreck. Oh, gotta pick another one here. Not bad. So what do we do then? Oh, I don't trust him, but I suppose we're gonna have to do that anyway. So either bring your... What? Why is there so much? Or open the sealed document on your ship. Oh, I don't... I feel like it's probably just chucking them out, but these people are probably good. So, does it tell us what they are on the ship? Political prisoners, a group of men stranded at sea. Political prisoners. They're probably loyal to our father, actually, so they might help us. So I'm going to open the sealed document. Oh, threw it overboard. My bad. Oh! I didn't realise it would open it straight away. Dear Governor Bleakworth, more traitor Samuel conspirator. Yeah, crime sentences are as follows. Use foul language 16. Foul language 16 years with hard labour. Jeez. Personation transport to the antipodes. Writing a threatening letter. Writing a threatening letter. Life imprisonment. Wow. Character assassination. Life imprisonment. Yeah. No. I'm gonna bring them to Sir Archibald Lake instead. There you go. Agreed. Yeah. So let's try and do that. There you go. Yes! Okay. Perfect. So, we don't have to worry about that debt now. Wow. Ooh, what is that? Okay, so we've got no debt now. And that means we don't have to pay any of that off. And he wants us to build a shipyard. Build a sailing shipyard. Okay. So we'll move on to that next then. We've only got 25 workforce and 25 farmers, and our production is, well, our balance sheets are quite low at the minute, but that's because we were producing the sails and everything here. But at least the sails are being produced so that we've got ships to build. The only thing is that we haven't got anything to sustain the economy as such. So we're going to need to build our economy out before we start doing anything else. So let's see how our marketplace is playing out. So we've got green everywhere. We could basically do double the amount of people and we should be fine. So I think because we're on PC, the easiest thing for me to do is probably copy exactly what we've got going on here because we know that that works. So let's see if I can remember what buttons they are over here. Empty, relocate, copy. Okay, cool. So if I just copy all of that there, that should copy over to this here. There you go. It won't build everything because we'll run out of wood. So I'm going to build that. And then it's put blueprints down. So the building has constructed blueprints, which means that if we upgrade these will turn into buildings as such, which is fine because that's what we will need. So let's start these back off so that we've got some wood coming in because our wood's now being severely reduced. So let's produce all of these. Our balance sheets will continue to go up whilst more people start coming in. But don't forget our maintenance costs now have increased by double as well. So they were about 250, etc. But now they're sat at 505. But that's literally because we've got a pub to run. We've got a fire station to run. I was going to say fire yard then, but fire station. Right, that's quest. What quest? Farmers graduate accepted. Find and collect wild animals. See, these quests aren't too bad. They're actually quite good because they give you some extra sort of funds that you can use throughout the game. So you just got to find the wild animals. Usually they're just dotted around the place. The only problem is people on the PC seem to be carrying their wild animals with them. Although that bull looks domesticated, I suppose. Is that what? No. Wild animals. There's so many animals everywhere. Wild animals. See, if they're not in these areas, just clicked on that, hopefully it'll bring it closer for us, but no. So I'm going to suspect that it could be down one of these, maybe. Let's have a look for them. No. Oh, maybe they're in the city then. Where are these wild animals? She keeps putting them there. Oh, there. Is that a wolf? Hey! I mean, she gave us 20 potatoes. I'd have preferred the money, but 20 potatoes will do. Right, back to building shipyard. So, small harbour. Sailing shipyard. So that's going to cost us 100 workers, which we just don't have. And the reason why we don't have them is because when you put a blueprint, well, when you copy it over, it doesn't actually copy over the type of building because you still need facilitate for these people. So what we've done is we've started the timber back off so that we can start producing these extra people as per se. So let's go to upgrade here. Let's start upgrading these sites here first, because we're going to need these excess people in terms of farmers to then produce into workers themselves. Let's put a basic. Let's put that down because that'll just. Oh, that's why, because there's ruined farms. So we've just upgraded all of them. We're now overproducing on timber, so I'm just going to stop this so we can get some money back. And just remember to try and keep on top of these best we can, and that'll just help you in the long run. But then again, in the long run, you'll have quite a lot more of production of things, and you can start selling things off to get more money anyway. So, because money will be an issue when you get later on in the game and you start to go to war, because war costs. I can't remember if you can borrow money on here, to be fair, but it does cost a fair bit. Yeah, so we'll start off. Now we need workers. How many workers do we need? So I'm always just going to create the 100 workers. So let's upgrade. Let's make 100 workers. I'll turn this side into workers now, so we'll make all the front workers. It's probably easier. There you go, 100 workers. And these are still in a plus, that's fine. So sales, shipyard, sailing shipyard, and we'll pop the shipyard just, I don't know, over here, I guess. Down here. I'll pop it down here. There you go. And then we just need to connect that up by a road as well, so I'm just going to put that all the way along. That's going to annoy me that I put that down there, so where's demolish? Let's get rid of that little square. That's annoying. Cool, so we've got a sailing shipyard. We need to take a photo of this. Oh, that was chaotic. Let's look at our little town. Look at the... look at that. Right, we'll get the waterfall in the background, we'll get the sailing shipyard, and we'll get the boat in there. Look at that. Bang. What a beautiful image, Smitho. There you go. That wasn't the image we uploaded, but looks better. Photoshop. They Photoshop that. These editors were great back then, weren't they? And best thing is they even had colour camera. Hey, we've made it to chapter 2. Look at that. So a sign of fire. So I'm guessing now that we've got the shipyard, a sign of fire, that is because we're probably at war. Ooh, okay. So we need to sell ships to Archibald Lake. So we need a frigate, a gunboat, and a schooner. Schooner? Cool. So what do we need then? So schooner, gunboat, and frigate. So frigate, we need to go to the next stage. So you see that under there, it's artisans. That is the next stage. And do we not have an iron deposit? Oh no, we do. There you go. So we're gonna have to use more workers to get to this. The only thing is this now starts getting really expensive. And we just need to make sure that we can sort of maintain what we've got. So let's check on the markets. These are in blue now, which means that we're not maintaining what we've got, sadly. So let's check. Is there a finance? There we go. Finances. So let's open it up. Production. So usually this is just to basically supply and demand. So that'll be your market. That'll be your supply. That'll be your demand, supply, demand, supply. So at the minute we're supplying 4, the demand is at 4. So that's a 1-to-1 ratio, and that's fine. And then again, 2, 2. We've got more supply for our schnapps than we've got. Sorry, we've got less supply for our schnapps than we've got demand, which means that we should really be supplying more to get more of an income. And that's 2 out of 4, which is fine. So we're producing more than we've got. However, we're now using more workloads than we've got. So we just need to sort of try and figure out how to balance this back out again before we proceed. So the fish is not okay. We need another fish, really. And we could do with another clothes. So fish, another clothes, and what else is required for our needs? So not the workers, let's focus on the farmers. So work clothes and fish. So let's just produce another one of these. So I'm just going to copy another one of these over and get this sorted, because this is probably going to be the easiest way. That's not going to cause us too much havoc. And then let's get some clothes being produced again. I think this was the factory down here, wasn't it? Yeah, so that's clothes. Alright, I'll pop that there. That's annoying because it won't move on to the next thing, so I'll have to put one down there, one down there, and one down there. So we only need 3 for module for max production, which is fine. But again, we just need somewhere for them to make the actual clothes themselves. So let's copy the clothing thing over here. I have to do it there actually. I don't want to clutter the space too much. So let's close. That'll go into the warehouse there. So 175, 115. So our workforce is fine. Our balance is fine. As long as we're fine, can't really go wrong. Right. So we've now got a close back up. We've got fish back up. That'll be producing more than what we need anyway. So if we go back into our balance and check it out from here, production, we are now. So you'll see that cloves were now overproducing, and fish, where is fish? Fish were also overproducing, which is really, really good, which means we can start converting more of these workers now into farmers. Sorry, farmers now into workers. I've paused them. I'm going to pause these as well so we can save some monies. There we go. And then this is also full. So we'll stop that. Get some timber, even though we've got all the timber we need. Put that back down. And right, so no one needs leveling up just yet, but we do need an iron deposit, but we haven't got enough labourers for the iron deposits. So if you go to build it, so steel, we can't do that because we need more workers. So first things first, we've got to upgrade again. Again, I'm going to upgrade everyone at the front, grade them up here, and we'll see that that's now altering So let's just do it one by one. So it's 10 per one. So it's not really leaving me with much of a farmer workforce. I'm just going to leave myself a little buffer just in case. Although the happiness has gone down, which means we might need some decoration somewhere at some point. But that now has unlocked our steel beams because our workers have now gone up. So we've now got 850 workers altogether, which is more than what we need. And we've got 345 workforce just up here as well, which helps us out massively. So let's jump straight into getting this iron deposit because we'll need these for the boats. Let's double check what we can build. So boats, we need wood, sails, and wood, sails, guns, and then our sand. So wood, sails, guns. The guns we'll need the steel for. So now that we've upgraded these two workers, we're going to have to set these live again, just so that we've got some wood coming in. I mean, you don't have to stop these if you don't want to stop these. I just stop these so that it doesn't make it worse off. Our farmer workforce has actually gone below what we need because of setting those active again. I didn't think that would affect it, but it does. So I'm just going to put these back down. Because I'm a bit concerned. So once all these fall back in line, it should be okay, really. And then if we get rid of some of these areas on the map, like this one here, this should give us a bit of timber to play with as well. Iron deposit. Let's try and get one of these sorted. Build mine. Okay, so it needs a route to harbour workforce is blocked. Workers 420, 300. Route to harbour. Warehouse block. Route to harbour. Warehouse block. Oh. What we got to do here? Oh, okay. That's why. We've got to excavate the land. Start phase. Okay, that's fine. So that's what that issue is then. And then if we get rid of that area here, we can then just go straight through. So we'll do that. And then we can at least put a path all the way through. Phase 2. No production. What? Hey? What? No warehouse in range. Have I got it? Oh. Okay. That now makes a little bit more sense. So does it have a warehouse in range? Yes, it does. That's fine. That's going to take a bit of time, but we can live with that. So let's put all this timber back in. That can go to there. And then at least when that's down, we can open an iron deposit and get the steelworks on and go in for us. Again, I don't know whether to stop that or just keep it going. Nah, finance is fine. I'm not going to bother with that. Although they are jumping, which is concerning. Schnapps. That's one thing we forgot. That's why our finances are moving up and down. So if we take a quick look back on the finance sheet, which is here, production, schnapps, we've got more demand for it than we've got supply, which means that our prices are fluctuating in terms of the balance for that, which means we're going to start losing money if we can't keep up to the demand. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy these over. So if we make another one of them, and then let's copy this one too. I'm going to hope that this will let me do the whole field here. 58. 72. There you go. Look at that. Cool. So that's got everything there that we need. That's 72. Although that's going to get a bit busy for us, which means that our efficiency in the warehouse is going to run down. So let's upgrade that and hope for the best, really. This is where it gets quite interesting. So let's do the editor's announcement on the latest edition newspaper, because quite a lot of things are happening at the same time here, which I appreciate is quite hard to um, take in all at once. But if you've got a bit of knowledge into the game, it'd be all right. Again, I'm by no means like good at the game. I'm just trying to go through it and finish the campaign, really. So newspapers article. I don't like the fact that that's a minus. I don't like the fact that that's blank. So let's edit them a little bit. Whoa, let's put a bit of consumerism out there, eh? That's got a plus. Plus and plus. Look at that. Publish. I'm sure the press are used to doing that, so I'm sure that'll be alright. There's a shortage of farmers. Yes, yes there is. Let's sort the shortage of farmers out now that I put all that extra stuff down. So we have to keep on top of everything on this game, which I kind of like, but also it's a bit of a nightmare. Right, I'm going to do them back to back. I'm going to do them back to back as well. So they can have them. That can go around there. That can go around. And I'm just going to drop that all the way down, really. Oh, drop that to there. And I'll drop that down. And then at least I can put some stuff there and make it a little bit pretty in the centre and put some trees out. Because our happiness was down. It's now better, so I don't know why. Alright, demolition expects explosive shop near Edmonds Timber. Where? Ah, okay. Aww. So what are we doing then? Are we stealing people from prison now? No. Eli. I don't believe that. Oh, that's pretty cool. All in depth. Go on, how much is bail? Search the demolitions expert in the stone pit. Where am I supposed to find him? They're all wearing the same clothing. Suppose he's gonna have a little hand icon that comes up to him, isn't he? Hey. Is he gonna be in there? Do I move around? I've got to click on him. Okay. Right. Cool. 5k? That's nothing. That's fine. We can do that. Command the prison governorship to your... Oh. Okay. And... Let's move him over here then. Let's move that around a bit because that's going to confuse me if we've moved where we are. What is everything dropping outside our place? What's all this random wood? Oh, that was from what I've collected from the island, isn't it? Okay. If you're ready to send a ship to collect the donations, expert, yes. Oh, have I got to move my ship over there? Okay. Is the one not coming to me? Oh. No. Just bring that back. Select object. There you go. Right, back to the excavation site. Finish the phase. Yes. So that's all we need, and we needed him. Perfect. That'll set itself off. Then we can get through there and get it sorted. Right, let's see if we can buy any boats. So we can at least get some boats on the go. So we need one of them. Two of them. So we need those guns. Right, what's on fire? That's the fire sound in it. Apparently nothing. Maybe we're under attack. Not sure. Okay. 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 Can I set this on sort of a idle trade overview? Let's send the ship away. And I'm going to bring it back here. So what I was doing was I was holding shift down. So I'm taking the ship all the way down here when I was clicking on the map. And then I hold shift and then right click. And then it will go past all of these other extra islands. So I just want to try and unravel everything really. And so I've got more sort of scope to this island. Ah, okay, we are with Beryl. Whoa! What are we against? That's insane. Right, okay. Okay, she's the one with the fire at the minute. Oh, okay, I like this area to be fair. That's pretty cool. So she's kept it sort of segregated. Okay. But how has she managed to do all of that with such little people? I always find she's quite efficient with that. Even on console, she was quite efficient. So I've only got this amount of people. I suppose she's got double the amount of people, really. So she has got the sort of space, I suppose. But at least our ship's now sort of navigating all of these areas for us, that we can sort of start revealing a bit more of the map to help us out. Right, finish the last phase. So now we can upgrade. Ignite fuse. Whee! Then we should be able to start putting the iron in. I mean, man didn't even get his uniform off. Oh, look at all this good timber. You just kind of blow it all up. Could have saved that. That could have gone on my boats. It's not very efficient. Hey, there we go. Well, good question. Right, perfect. Let's get a mine going. Otherwise, we are gonna struggle. Right, we need to start weapons. So at the minute we've got... What's this? Iron? Okay, that's iron. What's the production on iron? 15 seconds. Production on coal. We need coal to make that. Okay. So let's put down them. And then we're going to need this. Right, we want to keep that 100 though. And then we want guns as well. But I need 8 steel to make the guns. Okay, that's fine. Warehouse then. So, warehouse, small warehouse. Oh, is there a large warehouse? No, not yet. Small warehouse. Small warehouse can go here. Perfect. That can go down. That can go down. That can go down. Okay, that's fine. Nobody enjoys life surrounded by pollution. You can check your island's contamination levels and city attractiveness. That's fine. We haven't really got a lot going on. I don't want to deal with any of that at the minute. Right, where's demolish? Demolish. That's going to annoy me, so I'm just going to demolish that a little bit. And that annoys me that that doesn't line up. Ah. Okay. Oh, that's stressful. Right, okay. Let's get rid of that. There you go. I can live with that there, and don't ask me why, but I can. Let's have a look at the next paper. That's it. Minus 50%. That's bonus. And plus happiness. Bonus again. I'm not going to bother putting any sort of false information on there, so let's publish that one off. Because that's good. Oh, Willy Wibblestock. He's used a yellow. Okay, so building all that up, it's got our workforce at 185, which is fine, and we're still making a profit, so I'm not really complaining at that. The only thing is, we just need to produce some steel, and rather quick, really. But how are we making the steel? Ah, steel beams, that needed to be first. Right, okay. That's gonna have to go here then. It's getting a bit messy around here. See, now look at that. How many workforce did that take? That's costing a fortune. So you need 200 workforce, and it's just put on a ridiculous amount of maintenance. That's crazy. Okay. Right, lucky thing is we can upgrade some areas at the minute. So if we do an upgrade, I can bring that up. So now we've got more workers than required, which is fine. But a key thing, I suppose, here is we need to get our workforce up so that we've got more. But we'll have to sacrifice some farmers to do that. So at the minute, we need to produce some sausage. Now, the sausage will give us both money and extra workers, which is a bonus to us. But it is a cost to farmers to produce that. So at the minute, we've got 57 free farmers. Can I use those 57 free farmers to start producing it? We'll see. We'll see. Let's go back to farmers then. And let's see if we can get some farmer residencies going so we can get some extra farmers in to help. Which I'm just going to put here. Because that just helps with the income, really. Put them here. Well, that's not good. Why is there an explosion? Oh, wrong button. Where's the explosion? Why? Ugh. Do I need to put a fire thingy over here? Oh, does that help? I suppose it does, yeah. Okay. Interesting. We've still got all those sails. Where's that ship that we produced? Has it come out? Where's the ship? Where's the ships? Huh. Oh, wow. What's he doing all the way down there? I'll put him in the bay then. I'll put him in this bay. No, I'll put them in this bay when they're finished. So I'll just toggle that, and then that should mean that they're there. That's one that we made. But we've got another ship, which is travelling. Which I think is down here. Oh, he's been shot at, actually. By who? Ah, doesn't matter. That's my own question. Looks like we've got some pirates down here. Yeah. Right, I feel like we're missing quite a lot of stuff at the minute. Because we need to get on board with all these trade deals and all of this extra stuff. So, ship under attack, which is fine, know who that is. Explosion, yeah, we sorted that out. Yeah, look at that. We'll leave the quest because we've got stuff to do. 172 farmer workforce and 25 worker workforce. So what do we need to do? We wanted to get extra worker workforce and increase our money coming in. So what we're going to do is produce some sausage to get that sorted. So let's go to the workers, get some sausage. So we need pigs. I'm just going to build this over here with the other warehouse really. Yeah, let's build that up. And then put the sausages next to it. Wait, what's the... So that's 1 minute to 1 minute. That's fine. We'll just start with that. Okay, so click on that. Let's get some pens. So 1, 2, 3. Let's change that around for 5. That'll do. And then that should be 100% capacity because there's 5 there. Perfect. That's 142. Ooh, okay. What did the workers' workforce need? Them. That's why. That's farmers. Okay, let's do them. And then that'll bring our workforce up. Cool. And now at least that's base level production sorted. So whatever they produce extra here will then increase our market. Then be able to have workers coming through on here. And this then should go up green, giving us an extra 3 workers per site, really. So theoretically speaking, that should be roughly where we're looking at. And that's sorted. So let's go back to our quests. Build a weapon factory. So you can see now we've got a workforce increasing, and that's simply just by adding sausage. And then also our balance is now increasing because of that as well. Got another newspaper. No, we don't need that. We'll change them. Rubbish. Right, I don't want those vital goods yet. Right, so you can see that in this map on the bottom left, we have Willy Wibblesock. Then we've got Beryl. Beryl's got 3 islands at the minute, and then we've got Xing, and then we've got our island at the top. And that is our dude's island next to us, which is not great. I don't think there's going to be an island roughly around these edges, actually. So we might have just discovered most of the map. So I'm just going to put myself back here. So we're on our island. And let's just double check that our production's okay before we start doing anything else. So finances are fine. Residents bring us on all of our income. Production buildings 920, which is fair enough. Storage is we're quite full on quite a lot actually, which isn't the best news. Although we've got steel beams now. I forgot about that, which means we can start creating weapons for the boats. That's fine, technically speaking. But I'm going to take one of them off because there's just no need for it, is there? So let's take that off, and let's take that off because we don't need them right this second. It's just costing unnecessary money. That's on pause anyway. That's full, so I'm going to take that one off because those two work in harmony together. We've already got some working down here. I'm just going to let her settle just because it's easier. And then that will increase our reputation with this character. So that's Xing. Which is fine because that's more of a passive sort of aid. But let's carry on with our quest book. So build 1 weapon factory, which I'm just going to build over here anyway. We've got 152 workers. Are we going to be okay to do that? Only 50. So we can do that. So let's just build it next to this one here. And that should start then producing our guns, which will give us 1 gun in every 1 minute 30, which isn't the best. And before this goes, I'm going to actually accept that because otherwise the reputation would go down. So offers a delivery request, yes. So pick up at O'Mara's Lighthouse, barrels. So we'll get our flagship. I'm going to bring it next to here, pick up the items, and then I suppose we're just going to deliver it somewhere else, really. But I'll go back to our base here whilst we watch that. So yeah, so we've got some weapons creating. That'll help us get the gunboats. That'll just take a bit of time for the gunboats to come in. And then we can sort of start bringing stuff out. Your population is feeling restless. Only the police can restore order in the event of a riot. See, again, it's the services. The services are just going to start killing us from here. Where's the service? So police station. Construction costs 2,500, maintenance 50. Okay, so we can afford 50 in maintenance. What I am going to do though is I'm going to destroy this so I can put it in the middle, which is going to. Oh, let's tick on that. So that's the boat now loaded. That didn't really work out in my favour. Let's get rid of this. And then I'm going to put it down there. There you go. Cool. That's fine. So that'll work out. Unfortunately, getting rid of that house and then putting that down has not helped us out, really. But we'll figure it out. Right, that boat should be full, so I'm going to bring the boat here because we're going to deliver to her clipper. It's easy to just click on these toggles to navigate the land, otherwise you're just going to be dragging it across the land, or you're going to zoom out, or you're going to grab. It's not the best. So our ship's just been put under attack, which is here. So I'm going to have a look. We've obviously travelled too fast past it, which is this one here, which is hers, which is fine. We can just ignore that, to be honest. I don't really want to get muddled up with that at the minute. Is it under attack again? Eh? How? Oh. Oh, okay, okay. That is my fault. So we went straight into her sort of mess. Oh, we might not be able to complete this one then. So her cargo got dropped off here because we just got blown up by her tower. That was there. So Beryl stuff got blown up by a ship and a tower. But we've actually got to deliver it just over here. So we should have come around the opposite way. So if you look at the map here, we should have just like dragged that around and just come around this side. That would have helped us out a bit more. So I don't know how we're going to do that now. We might need a couple of ships to do that. I am going to ignore that for a second, although the time is flying on that and I didn't know. So, right. Can I buy another boat? Oh, here we go. For sale. Can I buy it? Yes. Right, that's a flagship back. So I'm just going to bring that back. I might just ignore that quest for now because I don't have enough firepower. So let's bring myself back up here. Oh, that's barrels. That's what. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Gonna have to keep changing it because we're not doing ourselves any good. Ooh, we're not doing so well, guys. So balance has come down quite a lot. Maintenance is quite high, workers and everything. So we're not doing well at all. We're not getting a lot coming in from our workers, which means that something's probably gone down. Oh, where is it? They're all fine. That's all fine. Oh, I don't know why it's come down then. But where is... Right. I don't know where it's gone, truth be told. Why have we not got the guns come up here? Can I put guns up here? Yeah, there you go. Okay, okay. That's fine. So I didn't know you could do that on PC. That's pretty cool. Because it's usually automatically up there on PlayStation or Xbox. Alright, let's produce some gunboats. So he wants 2 of these. So I've got 2 of them in the queue, and then we need to get frigates, which means we need to upgrade to artisans, but I don't know whether we can do that or not yet. So let's have a look. Yeah, so we can't upgrade the workers, and that's because we need to produce bread and soap. So it gets a little bit more in depth and a bit more confusing the further we go through. But it means that we have to start upgrading our workforce. And by doing that, we need to just make sure that we've got the supply and demand quite right, to which at the moment we don't. And we seem to be losing workers at the moment. I'm not too sure why, really. There's nothing to indicate that we should be losing them, but yet we are. And I'm not too sure. So that's got... Right, that output's full, so I'm just going to stop that. I'm going to stop that. And that. And that. Whilst they work through those guns. So we got 75 steel, and they're just going to make guns from that steel. Oh, no they won't. So we didn't need the steel to carry on anyway. Okay, we'll just start the production. Let's try and see if we can upgrade. No, we can't, because we needed bread. Build a trading post on an island with hot fertility. Deliver 10 timber and 8 steel beams to the island's coast to build the trading post. So where is our flagship now? Ship menu. Flagship. I want that here. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to load some items onto the flagship. So we need to do 10 timber and 8 steel. So if I do... I don't even know how to do that. Add? Transfer? Ah! Oh, sugar. Ah! 10. And 8 steel. So I'm just going to put 10 over. But we're going to need more timber really, so if I do full timber, bring that back. And I'll take over some bricks, to be fair. Just to help. And I'll take over some more steel, because otherwise we're going to have too much steel on this island. And I'll start the production, but just helps our other island out a little bit. And then now we need to find an island with some hops. So, world map. Can we see the world map? No? Yes? World map. Okay. Not the world map I expected, so let's go back in. You can carry on and go to an island. Is this... Oh, actually we've jumped to this one, which is next to us. Does that have hops? Yeah. Hops, wheat, fur, and nitrate. Which is fine. So I'm actually just going to bring the ship over to this one. That was an easy find. Helps us out a bit. And then once we bring the ship over, we should then be able to technically produce another island and start settling on this one. The only problem with doing this is now that you've got to manage all of the islands, and it's a bit of a nightmare. Right, so this has got all that. I suppose in hindsight then, we just pretty much start again. Or we could create a trade route that brings stuff over from the other island to this island. But it depends how sort of in-depth you want to go. Or you can create another economy over here. So if we go for the marketplace, and we'll start with that. Let's just do to the marketplace, and let's just get some houses out there, really. So we can start getting some people on this island. Again, this is going far too quick for me. So let's do that. Rubbish. I'm just going to slow it down a bit because that's too fast, probably. Okay. Let's put some workers out. Right, workers are down. We're going to get them to produce some timber on this island, to be quite honest with you, because it just helps us out here. So I haven't got the time to keep bringing it to and from, because it's pretty pointless, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. Let's bring that to there. Let's bring that down. And then let's put a warehouse, which we can't get because we need 10 timber. But then at least we can start producing the hops on this island, or the wheat on this island, and to help us progress over here, because we don't have them on this island. Now the only things we've got on this island are potato, wheat, nitrate and grapes, so we just need the hops to bring it over with the wheat. But we'll probably just do all that on the other island and then import it, to be honest. It is easier for us because then we can keep a dense workforce over this side. I was hoping we could make it to chapter 3, but maybe it needs to be a little bit extra. Can I upgrade to artisans? No, bread still. Oh. Can we start making that soap actually? Okay. One pig is a minute, one tallow is 1 minute, and one soap is 30 seconds. So technically we need 2 pigs, 2 tallows to create the soap, as a one sort of production every, what minute was that? But I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to keep it simple for now and just underproduce, just because that's far easier for me. So let's just copy this. I'll do that at the back of the warehouse. So that's one of them. That's one of the tallow. And then one soap factory. So that'll keep it all together. So let's bring that up. Let's bring that across and down. There you go. So that's everything we need to start soap factory. So that technically should solve that issue. And I'm hoping that will just do it for the workforce that we've got, and we wouldn't need any more than that at this point in time. Now the only other thing is of course to do bread, but for bread, wait, why did we need hops? Did she fob us off? We don't need hops yet, because that's only for beer. Why did I do that? Oh, okay, she's just confused me. So the bread we could have done ages ago. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's start producing some bread then. I actually find this quite difficult now because these cost a bomb to produce. So that's 1 minute, that's 30 seconds, and that's 1 minute, which means we're always going to have more grain coming through the flour mill. So let's put this across. That's 144. Get one of them and get one of them, which means then we can probably put down another warehouse just to keep that at bay over here. And then we'd probably want to then extend that down so that we're not then overproducing. So the thing is we've still got our balance up. We're not losing money. We've still got all our farmer workforce, and we've still got our normal worker workforce, which isn't going to cause us an issue. It's only going to cause us an issue when we start producing more of these items, which we need to sort of redo. Farmers would like some flour. Yes, they'll have flour because we've just set that live. Can we get any of these yet? So what we've produced so far, we've got a gunboat, and a schooner. So we just need the frigate, which is just one artisan. So now that we're producing bread and soap, it shouldn't be long now until we should be able to get that frigate, and then we can send them all off to then the Queen. So I'm going to send these off because these are costing us money. So let's go over to here, send that across, and then that should help us out a bit. And then at least we can sell these to Archibald Blake. And just so it costs us less money to keep it running, really. Once I've sold these, I think I'm going to stop it here for today. And then I think next time what we can do is we can start getting it all up and running, and we can progress to the artisan stage. And then pretty much, I'm not too sure how many stages are after that because I've only ever gotten to artisan. So this is why I'm doing the campaign mode, because it'll sort of flick me through what we need to do. Apart from, I am finding it a bit of a struggle because there's so many quests flying at you left, right, and centre. But I want to try and keep it easy and not sort of too challenging and going into too much in depth, because that can just be for a different video type of thing, really. But let's get rid of these. Open trade menu. How do I sell? Hmm, how do I sell them? No. Can I sell them? Huh. You know what, let's just keep them next to him for the time being, and then we'll sell them later. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. We're on plus 1800. Sorry, not 1800. I wish it was 1800. We're on plus 800. We've got 29 workforce, and we've got 473 on this island. That is going to go up now that we've got some bread in production, which you can see on here. And we've also got some soap in production, which is a bonus. So that's going to help us out massively. Do I need to click play on that? Yes, I do, because that wasn't being consumed. And there you go. So now that that's all being consumed, we'll see that go up. And then for next time, hopefully we can start getting the frigates in. We can start selling those off. We can then go to the next phase in our journey, get the artisans on, and start seeing where we go from there. Thanks very much, guys, for watching. If you did like this video, just click on the like button below. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be great. Thanks.